Right, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Let's hope let's not film this whole thing in a portrait. How about that? I think that would be a good idea. Okay, so we'll start again. I'm quitting my job in 90 days. The crazy part is I haven't made a single cent online yet. But in 90 days' time, that's going to change. So my name is Jaden, and I'm a welder fabricator from New Zealand. I've been working in the trades for over 5 years now. After recently qualifying as a tradesman here in New Zealand, I'm earning about $100,000 a year now as a 24-year-old. But that's just a number that people put in their heads, and I'm led to believe that I'm doing well and I'm successful in life. And I think that's truly not the case. I thought I was doing everything right. I got the trade. I bought a fancy car. I got a flash promotion at work. I'm on a good wage. So I thought I was doing all of these things right in life. But like deep down, I'm truly not happy, and I'm extremely dissatisfied with the way my life is unfolding. I'm having no time to put effort into things I truly used to enjoy. My life has become my job. I feel like my job's kind of taking away my personality a little bit. Over the years, it's just going to compound and get worse and worse. The future's not looking very bright, to be honest. Even though people put these ideas in your head that your future looks good and, you've got a good wage. Why would you try something new? Just play it safe, which is totally fine. I don't have a problem with playing it safe, but what I do have a problem of wasting all of my time on someone else's project and wondering why I don't have as much time and I'm not as successful as I'd like to be. This ambition and this drive and determination, I feel like, was slowly but surely fizzling out inside of me. And I'm so lucky I've caught it before it was too late. I'm putting all of my time and all of my effort into someone else's project, all just to maintain a life that I believe that you're meant to live. Which I've come to think of it, it's simply not. This is not the way I want to live. So truthfully, I'll be honest, something had to change, or something has to change. It hasn't changed yet, but it's going to. So I zoomed out on my life. I took a proper look at it, and I put my ego aside, and I had a true look at it, and I realized, no shit, my job was my whole life. Everything else came second after my job. This was a big wake-up call for me when I realized this, because I'm putting all of my eggs in one basket. I'm just doing one thing, and everything else is just a hobby, like people like to call them, or seeing your family and your friends in a very limited window. You're not meant to go out and to enjoy yourself with your family as much as you'd like to. You have to take leave for funerals. You've only got limited days you're allowed to be sick. All of these things I've been thinking about and talking about is just not a way I want to live, and I don't want to exist like this anymore. So I've made a big change, and what I've come to realize is I need to leave my job. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I've sold my car and I've sold a lot of my tools that were just sitting in the garage, and I've built myself up a good nest egg to be able to give me the flexibility to really make the decision of what I want to do for my life. On top of that, I'm moving from New Zealand to South Africa. I'm from South Africa. My family live in South Africa. I was born and raised in New Zealand, but my family have recently migrated back to South Africa. So I'm going to follow them, and that's going to drastically drop my cost of living, as well as bring over my nest egg of money I've accumulated of New Zealand dollars to South African rands, which is a very happy conversion for me, not the other way around. But by lowering my cost of living and leaving my job, that's going to give me the time and finances to really make a choice of what I want to do with my time and how I'm actually going to make money online. Time is my greatest asset I've got currently. By leaving my job and leaving my expensive life I've built myself over here behind, that's going to buy me the valuable time I need to really hone in on making money online. And the reason why I'm wanting to make money online is for an income via the internet. First of all, I'm going to be my own boss, and I'm going to be in charge of my own time. Second of all, I'm going to be able to do it from my laptop, or majority of it from my laptop and my iPhone. But most importantly is my salary or my wages are not going to be capped at a X amount per hour. This is the biggest thing I struggle with every day is when I come into work, I can only make a certain amount per day, no matter what. There's no give or take on how much effort I put in. If I put in 20% effort, I make the same money. If I put in 100% effort, I make the same money at the end of the day. I don't think this is the way I like to live. It's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying this is not what I want out of life. And I believe that making money online is the way I want to live my life, because that salary potential or that earning potential is uncapped. As you know, there's people making millions, there's people making thousands, there's people making only hundreds. I don't need much money to support my life, and I think this is a more than realistic goal, and all I need is the necessary time and focus, as well as my determination and hard work ethic to make it work. If everyone else can do it, or a lot of people are doing it, then I don't see why I can't do it, or at least figure it out for myself. Worst case scenario, if something fails, like one of these ventures, is I've learned. Just think of how much I've learned from that failure, how I can apply that for my next thing I'm going to try. I'm sick of thinking small and that you shouldn't try these certain things, but I'm at the age where I've learned enough things to push through hard times that I can make this work. For example, if I can become qualified in a trade, when I started off I had no idea what I was doing. Now I'm a qualified skilled welder fabricator. Then what else can I do? Second example, getting in the best shape of my life. 3 years ago I was very overweight, and now I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I went through from that to this, so why can't I apply that on the online space and try and do the same thing but just making money online? And like I said, I'm not trying to make millions here. I'm just trying to build a life of freedom and flexibility so I can actually enjoy the true things that life gives us. So this may seem very risky to some people. It's pretty scary for me, to be honest, as well. I'm not going to lie. I'm making calculated risks, I like to put them. Not like I'm quitting my job with $0 to my name. But one thing I think is way scarier and is a much more darker reality is looking back at when I'm in my later years in life and wondering why didn't I give it a go? Like, while I had nothing to lose, why didn't I just go for it? And I think that's much scarier to think about, is the regret I'll live with, and knowing that I didn't give life a true shot because I played it safe and I stayed within the boundaries. I'm yet to meet anyone successful in life, by success I mean have freedom and be their own boss, that hasn't taken at least a small risk, a small calculated risk, because that's what I'm taking. This is not a big risk. I'm taking a small risk in my eyes, and taking that small risk has allowed them to get the life that they actually truly want. So why would I not take that? And why would I not back myself 100%? How silly am I to think if I go down a path that everyone else around me has gone down and leads to the same thing, how silly am I to expect to get a different outcome? That's literally the definition of insanity. The things that I want out of life, I can't look at other people around me and see where they've gone because they're not where I want to be. So with enough determination and persistence, which I definitely have, eventually I'm gonna figure it out and truly make a life that I've always dreamed of. So if you're feeling stuck and you're feeling unhappy, just know that there is a way out, and you have to get rid of all of these mental blockers, and most importantly, listen to your true self. Listen to what you truly want and ask yourself, what do you want from life? I guarantee you, once you realize what you really want, you will find that plan and you will go for it. So find your exit plan and go all in.